How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. The end of the month just happened. It's over. The end of the quarter just happened. It's over. Which means we start to go through the cycle again. We get big earnings announcements here very soon. We have filings coming talking about how much Bitcoin different entities hold. We have a lot of interesting things happening at the end of quarters. There's usually some rebalancing as well. There's some new initiatives that happen. And right now, the price of Bitcoin's moving up. We had a couple actually pretty big announcements here today as well in the crypto world. So I want to go through that. We're going to walk through all the big pieces of news right now, talk about what it means for the crypto market. If you like that, hit subscribe underneath the video. This is a different location than usual, obviously. Usually we're at the home office. But today, we're up at the cottage. So going to be a little bit different here. If you like this kind of content, though, let me know down below. Also, there are the links to CoinW and to MargeX underneath the video in case you want to start trading cryptocurrency or buying cryptocurrency. You can do that over on CoinW, and in case you want to start trading crypto, you can do it on MargeX. A couple other links underneath the video too, including the Bitcoin Nashville conference tickets. You can get 10% off with that link underneath the video and my code. Now, let's start right here. Okay, I think the sound flipped over. We should be good. Bitcoin sitting right under 63,000, making a bit of a rally over the last day or so. As you can see here, over the last 7 days, we were all the way down below 60,000. Now we're at about 62.7, 62.8. It is interesting how quickly we can move up. So we can move up to 64,000 from 61,000 or even 60,000 in just a few days. And we go right back to bullish. People are bullish again. It's funny how that happens. You can see other cryptos are doing pretty well too, with Solana sitting right under 150, Ethereum sitting right under 3,500. And if we sort by the 24 hours here, ENS is number one, up 21.5%, ZRO up 11, WIF up 10.2%. You can kind of go down the line. Obviously, memes are doing well again. Some layer ones are doing well also. Crypto is not the only thing that's doing well, though. The stock market's doing well. Tesla's up 5% again here today. And we'll get to some of the news here in a second, but Tesla's up about 5% here again today, and they've been making a pretty big rally recently. Let's just scroll out on let's do the 1 day here. Actually, let's do the daily. So they were at 138 recently. Now they're at 207. Okay, big rally there. Let's see what else. The whole market looks a little bit green here today. Nasdaq's up about 0.1%. Let's get on to the news, though. Sony is going to launch a crypto exchange. Just scroll back here. Sony to launch a Bitcoin and crypto exchange. Now, they actually bought a crypto exchange. If we come over here, we can see the longer article. They're going to restart a Japanese crypto exchange, Whalefin, that they purchased from Amber Group in 2023. I hadn't even heard about this, or at least I don't remember it. But apparently I knew that they had kind of dabbled in crypto before this with some different partnerships and investments, but I did not know that they full-on bought an exchange here. Sony is planning to restart the crypto exchange Whalefin, which it bought from crypto lender Amber Group last year. The deal was reported earlier by Wu Blockchain, and the details were later revealed by The Block. On Monday, Whalefin put out a notice that parent company Amber Japan was rebranding to S-Blocks. The notice added that the company was bought by Quetta Web, a unit of Sony, in August 2023. The financial terms of the deal were not disclosed. Okay, so another huge company that's getting into crypto, basically through acquisition. But I still think it's positive. It shows that the big money, the large entities out there, the large companies, believe that it's worth their time and effort and money to go into crypto. They think that they can make a significant amount of money from it. So I like to see that. It's a good thing to get more and more big companies into crypto. Metaplanet is not a huge company, but they continue to buy more and more Bitcoin. Dylan LeClaire says, Metaplanet has purchased an additional 20.2 Bitcoin for about 200 million of their currency at an average price of about 10 million per Bitcoin. As of July 1, Metaplanet holds 161.27 Bitcoin, and they acquired this at about 10.2 million in their own currency. So yeah, they continue to acquire more and more Bitcoin. They're on the Bitcoin standard. If there are more and more companies that buy Bitcoin and go to Bitcoin, hold their balance sheets in Bitcoin, purchase more Bitcoin, get more debt to buy more Bitcoin, it's going to be good for the Bitcoin price, right? It's pretty simple there. Very, very simple. Now, some people don't understand why BlackRock or Fidelity would want Bitcoin. They don't understand it. They think that they're just messing around, that they're going to dump the price, that they're just in it for a quick pump and dump. But as you can see here from Thomas, when BlackRock has 500,000 Bitcoin and they push the price to $1 million per Bitcoin, BlackRock will make $1.25 billion in fees every year forever. Okay, a lot of people just don't think longer term. $1.25 billion in fees. Nearly all of that hits the bottom line. It will be a cash cow for them. And keep in mind, that's when they have 500,000 Bitcoin. That's not them holding, 50% of the supply or anything like that. It's not them holding 10% of the supply, right? That's 2.5%. And I would not be surprised to see them get there someday. Now, the crazy thing to think is they could be making more money than this. There are ways that they make money behind the scenes that I'm not even going to talk about here today. Right? Someone sends them money, they're able to arbitrage it, buy it a little bit later for a little bit cheaper or something like that. But they also put they put some of their other funds into their Bitcoin ETF. Okay, so they can artificially buy more Bitcoin through their own ETFs, and then when the Bitcoin price moves up, they have more AUM in those other funds as well, which causes them to be able to charge more fees in those other funds. Okay, so it's kind of like double dipping. They can get extra fees within some of their other funds if they buy the BlackRock ETF, the Bitcoin ETF within those other funds. So yeah, there are a lot of ways for them to make money on this Bitcoin ETF. These are just a few. Now, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. The German government apparently sent even more Bitcoin to Coinbase, I believe it was. I think they send it to Coinbase. The US government sends it to Coinbase. I believe the German government does too. But on July 1st, the German government moved 1,500 Bitcoin worth about 95 million to multiple crypto exchanges, while the US government moved 3,375 ETH worth about 12 million to an unknown address. Okay, so the governments continue to sell Bitcoin. Really interesting. I mean, I am 95% certain they're just going and dumping it on the market. I suppose there is some world where maybe they send it to, let's say the US government sends it to Coinbase just to pretend like they're dumping, but then somehow it gets kind of shot out to a different address, either over time or pretty quickly, or they hold it there until they send a couple of the payments and then they kind of mix it out to a different wallet address, so no one thinks the US government holds the Bitcoin anymore, but they still do. The reason I say that is that would be a strategic way of making people think that you didn't actually hold the Bitcoin, that you're not stacking Bitcoin, but really maybe they've never sold any Bitcoin. The only thing is, there are a lot of times where they send it to a exchange and then the price dumps, and the common thinking is that they're selling the Bitcoin. I suppose though it could be people thinking that the US government's going to sell, so then they sell, and that's what actually causes the dump. So there could be a 200 IQ play here where the US government has never sold any Bitcoin. That would be quite interesting. And there are people that have indicated that the US government is stacking Bitcoin. Just go look through Jason Lowry's tweets. Okay? So it's interesting. What do you think is happening right now? What do you think is happening? Is the government selling Bitcoin? for sure? Or do you think there's a chance that they're trying to throw everyone off of the scent? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Overall, should be a bit of a quieter week, as I've said for about the last week, because of the holiday in the US. So, yeah, might be a little bit quiet, but also usually when there's not much volume, there could be some volatility. So be ready for anything. If you guys want to check out the links underneath the video, as I said, there are the links to CoinW, to Margex, to Blowfin, to all those good exchanges. Also, there is a link to the Bitcoin conference. Thank you so much. I'll be back in the office later today and tomorrow, and then back here. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit back and forth, but I hope you're all doing well. We're making it through. Just a quick aside from the news here, just general sentiment in the market. I guess I could do this as a separate video at some point, but I feel like a lot of people are bored, are leaving, which is usually what happens during the summer. A lot of people get bored. A lot of people stop paying attention, and then all of a sudden, boom, we're at all-time highs again during a bull market. I feel like that also happens during bull markets, not even necessarily in the summer, but just in general. There's some period where it seems super boring, where people kind of give up hope. Now, last cycle, it was in the summer of 2021, so it was like a full year later. It would be the equivalent of 2025 in this cycle, when it happened after the halving as well, I suppose, but I wasn't paying as much attention to it then. But when the China ban happened for the Bitcoin miners, and we fell from 64 down to 30, and then just sputtered around 30 for the summer. But it can flip very quickly, because last time we went up over 2x after that happened. Like, after the boring time happened, we went up over 2x, and we were later in the cycle than we are right now. Now, I've said this several times, but I don't think the cycle lasts as long this time, because everyone will be trying to get out before it ends, which means naturally it'll be pushed earlier. But I still think there's a lot left in the tank. I mean, when you look at the S&P 500, it's hitting all-time highs, but it's not like we're up 20-30% from the previous high. At least I don't think we are yet. But we have a lot of tech stocks hitting new all-time highs, but there are a lot of other companies that are significantly down, right? I mean, look at Nike stock. It's down over, 60% from all-time highs. There are a lot of stocks like that. We haven't started to get to a bunch of liquidity yet, or we haven't seen a lot of governments start injecting money or stimulus into the system, increasing liquidity. We're still at a restrictive rate environment, so I just think that's kind of that in-between where it's starting to turn bullish, but there hasn't been a lot of liquidity injected yet. So I'll be honest, I'm going to be very bullish later this year, especially once we start lowering rates, or that's like on the table. I think that is when we see another huge bump. Now, things can happen before then. We could hit all-time highs before then, but I think that's where it gets like really exciting again, like how it was this spring when everyone was starting to tune in to the crypto market, and it seemed like maybe we'll blast right up to 90 or 100, and then we stopped, right? Everyone thought we were gonna right up to 100, but we started to slow down. Now it's that boring time, but people were starting to get greedy, right? When we go from 38 to 74, people get greedy. So I do think we're going to get back there again. I think there's going to be a lot of money that's made. Just make sure that you aren't too greedy in the moment. Make sure you take some profits. Let me know your thoughts, though, underneath the video. Sorry, a bit of a longer video. Maybe I'll explain my thoughts a little bit more in depth in another video. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.